Taurus, I'm not picking up any messages for you for February. I'm not picking anything up. So, I don't know, not picking up any work. Things are not picking up. I don't know, things are looking down. I don't know why. Like, I keep looking at the floor all the time, unless you're floor making or you're doing something around the floor, or Laura, Lucy, Lucifer. But, like, I always seem to be, like, just, I don't know, content. Like, I'm content. In contentment. Arrested? Something to arrested development or arrested, and I'm content. In something and content. Consent. Like, I need your consent first. Like, I need to know something before I go ahead on it. Like, I need your consent to say that I can do something. Like, asking. Like, I need to ask you first before I can... See, I don't even know what this thing is that you're doing, Steve. But, like, I need your consent first before anything happens. I need to run it by you first. We could be doing with a car or a Cancerian or something to do around cars. Like, building cars, making cars, chasing cars. So around a Cancerian or a Life Path 7, right? But I'm hearing, like, I need your consent first. Before I can do anything, I need to go ahead for you to say that I can. Okay, so I don't know if this is around your work sector. I don't know. I'm not picking up any signs of your love life, Taurus. I don't know why. Just kind of like, I need to know something first before I can do it. Like, I mean, it might be like where you want a tarot reading or something, and you need to know what the answer is before you do it, or you need to ask someone first before you go ahead to do it. Or the name Ed, like, I need to go head to head. Okay, so like challenging someone, like going head to head, like a competition of such, like competing. Like, I seem to be competing against somebody, or I'm really against this person. Okay, and I need to go head to head with them. Dead with them. What is that? Something around Scorpio? Like someone that passed? Like, and there's grief here, or like an ex relationship? And like, because they keep saying dead, like Fred dead in a bed, and like, I can't seem to do anything. Like, I can't even get out of my bed. I can't seem to like find any purpose. Like, oh God, Taurus, sorry guys, I'm not going to channel for you because I really can't pick up any clear signal. Then Claire, or like kosher. This could be a death, something to do with the death energy again. Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. AJ, Jackie, I don't know what is going on in your energy, so I can't work it out, sorry. So something to do with the house or the home. I mean, it might be prison. Or feel like confinement, okay, like I'm confiding in someone. Like, I need to confide in you first. But I'm also hearing a fine, like I might have a fine. Like, bills to pay, like a fine or bill has got to pay me. I'm paying you, Chris. But like I've got bills to pay, I've got things to do, like, but what am I going to do? I mean, you could be in a twin flame relationship here, but I'm kind of picking it up more along the lines of like Life Path 4, Scorpio energy, house, housey, like a development of house. Do I sell it? Do I buy it? Do I work from home? Why do I keep picking up more of an energy of working something out, working out? It might be around like I need to work out, and I need to like start like working out at the gym and stuff like that. Or unless your name is Jim or John or Jay, AJ, Ajax, Jax, just Jackie. Let's see, work something out around housing. Sagittarius or Taurus, you got yourselves there roughly, because you got 5. You're in a twin flame divine connection, but for some reason I'm picking up like awkward energy, like very awkward. Like, this is so awkward. Like, it feels like oh wow, this is like very awkward in order for me to ask. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you might be wanting to ask someone out. I've got no idea what I'm picking up. Like, I can't pick up a clear signal. Something around the name Claire or Claire Street. Okay, but like, I don't know. I keep picking up like a very awkward silence, like an awkward silence. A silent witness to something, like I witnessed something, and because I did, now, let's see, Taurus, what they got coming up, please, for February. The Magician in reverse, the 3 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. You see, This is what because I'm picking up a lot of you in a divine spiritual connection, but not an actual connection itself. Like manifesting thoughts. This is why I think I'm getting very mixed up with your actual reading. Because this is manifestation, but this is manifestation of thought, but no action. Okay? Because some of you, like, I mean, this could be an X energy, or like Path 5, Taurus, Sagittarian. Okay, you're all cut from the same cloth. If you don't know how I read, then you have to follow the videos provided below around numerology, around numbers. Okay? 5, Sagittarius, Taurus. But, like, it feels like that I've got so much in my head, and I've got so much going on, that all I can really do is seem to manifest things, but I need to go ahead first before I actually go ahead and do it. Now, this might not be you, it could be the other person, okay? But it all seems to be around a twin flame relationship, and also around a house and a home, and around a business and a job, and about movement. Like, am I moving? Am I staying here? Am I moving? Like I'm not the master of none, okay? Or I'm not the master of this house. I'm not the owner of the house, okay? And because I may not be the owner, I don't know whether I'm going to be living here or not, because there might be like, am I going to continue on my rent? Am I going to move? Am I moving state or country? Because there seems to be a lot of movement. Like, how can I put it? A manifestation of movement, but no movement because of no action. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've got it in my head and in my mind that I really want to move on. Could be from an ex-relationship. But, like, I've got it in my head that I really want to move, okay? But I'm not, because what I'm doing, you really could be dealing with a Pisces and not. So like a life path 3, okay, or a Piscean. But, like, I really want to move, but I don't want to move, but I kind of do want to move. That might be physically move, but I can't until someone else gives me the go-ahead to say that I can move. So, I mean, is this your kids, or is it something that you've got going on where, like, your landlord has told you, okay, you've got another 6 months left here, so you can't move yet, okay? Or we can't lose you doing this job, and we know that you want to move to another department, but we need you to stay here for another 6 months. Do you know what I'm saying? It feels like that, and like this very awkward feeling around, well, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing until someone tells me that I can, you know? Now, because some of that I think is like moving, like physically going to move. But if we come out the energy of movement, and then we start to look at the energy of, like, because I'm picking up like removal van, like a van, something to do with a car, Cancerian, or a van, or like a removal van, like I'm going to remove everything in a van and call someone over and stuff it all in and then move. Okay, so like a removal van or something like that, or a caravan. Like, this could be Romany gypsies or something, like, but, like, do I live in a caravan? Do I live in a house? Do I travel? What do I do? Because it feels like, how can I put it without coming across as like a raving lunatic? John? But because the manifestation in life takes action, okay? It takes a thought, this is what I want to do, I know what I want to do. Bingo, I know what I want to do, but I can't. So all I can do is think, contemplate, no action, can't do it. Do you know what I'm saying? And you got like Capricorn or Gemini here, all right? Placement of 6. Some of you, there's this twin flame type sort of scenario that it seems that you've got going on, where this might be an ex, and there's this holding out for hope that there may be reconciliation on the books. Do you know what I'm saying? Now they're saying books. So it might be where you are looking for work on the books or not on the books. Now, if it's not on the books, that's cash in hand. If it isn't cash and it's on the books, that means that it's legal by law. So there's something around by Laura, Lucy, Elijah, someone from France. But like landing strip. What? A landing strip? Strip tease. Someone does strips, like strip teasing someone, or teasing someone, or stripping off. Go on, take it off. Or someone takes off like an impersonation, like, or Percy or Baxter or anybody beginning with P, Paul or Pisces, Butchie. But like an impersonation, like I'm always seem to be impersonating other people, copying. Okay, there's something around, am I copying other people? impersonations. So it might be where you're doing like impressions. I don't know why, like I'm doing a load of impressions. Am I making the right kind of impression on this person? Am I not making the right impression? Impression. Depression. Okay. There might be like fear of, am I making the right impression? And will I make the right impression on this person? Because these cards are really good. It's just that for some of you, I keep really picking up that why is this in reverse here? Okay. It's like a rehearsal. Like this building of energy of like, okay, I'm rehearsing what I'm going to say. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm rehearsing it. And for this outcome of like, okay, now I'm here, what am I going to say? Okay. So I don't know if that's about travel or someone that you are physically meeting up with. Now, if you can't relate to these messages and you've got relatives that have a placement of 5, okay, like Taurus or Sagittarius, then you're going to be in this reading because you would be involved in their life, right? You have to look at it a little bit deeper, okay? So the people around you at the moment could be Scorpio, life path 4s, life path 5, Sagittarius or Taurus, yourselves, okay? Pisces people, life path 3s, Gemini and Capricorn. Okay. Now, if this magician was upright for some of you, this would be an absolute spiritual, metaphysical, divine, Kundalini awakening experience, which is probably what you're going through now, or this person is going through this Kundalini spiritual awakening with a twin flame energy of someone that you could well be with already here, right? You could already be here. But for some of you, this magician is more of like, it's metaphysical, but it hasn't actually happened in the physical yet. It's a meeting, it's a thought, it's a feeling, but it hasn't actually manifested into the actual consuming of the relationship of, okay, here's my idea, this is what I want to do, and I'm already doing it. Okay, if you're already doing it, then this is upright for a lot of you here. Because if it is, that's a fucking good set of cards. Okay. Because I'm picking up like inviting someone over here, like to move in or come and stay. Like, can I come and live here? Can I come and stay here? Can I rent out a room? Can I, all of those things around this house, okay, is kind of like, well, I don't know because I'm waiting for this person, like, because it could be a friend that you're saying it to, like, I don't really know what's happening with my life at the moment because I'm in a relationship and I can't really commit either way. So I have to kind of wait to see what's going to happen with this first before I can make any other decisions. Now, it might mean where some of you want to get back with your ex, okay, and you're like, I don't really want to move on because I believe myself that there are still chance of me getting back with my ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, okay? For some of you out there that may be on that wavelength, okay? I can't tell you about the other person here. As if that's yourselves. Like holding out for a chance that there might be a chance to get back with this person, okay? Or to get in with them. Now, they're also saying that some of your messages are around like movement of the 4 of Wands of someone coming over here, which means that this could be a family that live at this 4, okay? So like you've got children or whatever and they're in relationships and that someone might be coming to stay over at this 4 of Wands here, okay? And it would be involving these numbers. And the magician is that it's a plan, but it has actually may not have happened as of yet. It's more of a plan to do that, okay? So it feels like that what you're doing is, without me being able to really pick up, without clarifying what they are, is that you've got these ideas that you want to go ahead on. You've got these ideas that are kind of starting to really manifest themselves into the physical, but because they haven't, you're unsure of your path yet because of the magician being in reverse. Okay, because normally that's like, if that's an ex or an energy of a new person, that's because they haven't come down into the physical yet. If you've got an idea, that's because you're not gone ahead on it yet, but you've got the idea to do it. If that's because someone's coming over to stay, we need to put everything, like if this is an X energy, the magician is normally like, okay, right, we need to put all this down on the table and pretty much fucking see what we've got and what we're going to do, okay? So we need to talk about it, okay? what's your plans for the future regarding me and you? Okay, is there a connection? Because there simply definitely is a connection. Cynthia, Steve, Sarah, Sassy. Okay, there is definitely a connection. Okay, but what we need to do is talk about the plan of the future for us. Now, does that involve me and you, or does that involve the fact that there may be just a spiritual connection that hasn't really manifested into much other than just a Kundalini magical experience that you guys are probably going through, right? Let's see, Taurus for February. Taurus for February. So 2, Libra energy here as well. It's kind of like this, for a lot of you this is metaphysical. I hate to keep going back to the metaphysical side, but I keep going back to like, it's a decision and a plan to meet up with someone or to travel, but I can't actually do it yet because of travel expenses or because of work. Okay, because of work. Like, I can't do it because I'm at work. This could be a nurse, could be people that work for the elderly and stuff like that. Okay, around the public, general public. Could be people that smoke copious amounts of ganja here. Doctors, nurses, people that work for the elderly. Because this is like working for elderly patients, residents and stuff like that. Resident evil? I don't know. But like residential work of elderly people and nurses and doctors, hospitals. That's your working sector for a lot of you there. And if it isn't, it could be a partner that you know of that does that. Taurus for February. Taurus for February. 3 of Swords, you see. There's a third energy here. This is why I'm kind of getting mixed signals for a lot of you. Because some of you, this could well be someone that you're not actually with. Like, you're not actually with this person, but you have the metaphysical side to where there might be someone else in the picture. Okay, there might be another person in the picture. And that you or the other person has the metaphysical side of the one, but the one has the other one. This is not the one, it's a karmic one where you might be holding out thinking, well, they're with someone, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, because the person I want to be with is with someone else, and all I can really do is impatiently wait to see if there is going to be any news around someone breaking up before I can step in and say that I have feelings for you still, or I have feelings for you, are you with somebody? Okay, for a lot of you here. Because I really do keep picking up that, because like I said, this might not be you. You could be completely and utterly oblivious, Taurus or Sagittarius, and someone has that with you and they haven't spoke up about it and said anything yet. Okay, it's possibility there, because I'm not really seeing any signs of like clear communication. I can just see the fact that it's here where some of you physically are in actual relationships. Okay, you are in actual relationships, but there is complications around that, and some of it could be pharmaceutical. It could be pharmaceutical because it could be depression, okay, and stuff like that, and like there could be a lot of things that need sorting out, like around doctors and hospitals, money and finances and stuff like that. I'm also hearing like a fiance, like I don't know if you're getting married, or like if you've got a fiance, like are you seeing someone? But then I'm also hearing common law, the name Laura, Lucy, Lucifer, Elijah, okay, but like common law man and wife, like people that have lived together for quite some time, but they never actually have tied the knot, which would be a 3, okay, which is a Piscean. But we haven't actually tied the knot. We actually haven't, we never have got married. And because of that, I might be holding out to actually get married to the person. And then some of you, I keep picking up signs of this being an ex-person that is interested in another that may be with someone. Now, I'm also hearing a lover, which would mean Gemini or Capricorn. Gemini or Capricorn, okay? Because that would be the lovers, so that would be a mother. Or I'm just in love with actually being a mother, or the grief of the loss of a mother here, and the grief and the loss of a loved one, okay? And I'm still grieving and going through that process, and I can't seem to process things properly because my life has been turned upside down, and because it has, I'm now having to go over everything financial, all books, certificates, all that kind of stuff was on the magician's table, okay? Having like these spiritual kundalini awakenings, but still trying to grasp my bearings of where I actually belong in life. Like, what is my next pursuit of happiness? Which direction do I go in? Now, for some of you, you're on that path. Well, you're always on the right path, but you're actually on that path of discovering who you are as an individual, okay? Like learning to know myself more. Now, if you've seen my Capricorn reading, that was the last part of the weeklies before I did the now February's. I was talking to everybody about how you actually put the work in. So I'm going to try and do a separate video for that. Because you'll always hear a lot of tarot readers that say, you know, like, don't you know you're supposed to love yourself, and why don't you put the work in? And no one ever really tells you how to put that work in, or how's it. But like, you know, it's your chakra. It gets awoken up by evolution of scale. So the more you go forward, fear is only something of a state of mind. Fear actually makes you stronger. It doesn't make you weaker. Okay. So when you go forward into fear, your chakra aligns with another person's chakra that awakens that. So you'll find the communication is really flowing really well. There's no uncomfortable silences. There's no kind of stuff, you know. There's no guarding your heart, protecting it, okay? That means because you're warming up to someone that trusts you and you trust them. And as a Taurus or a Sagittarian energy of 5, that is, well, that's the one thing that really holds everything together is trust, okay? So I'm also hearing, I don't know if I trust myself or not. Now, some of you may be trying to move on with a new person after experiencing quite a lot of things going on in your life. And you're learning about yourself to learn to physically trust again. Like, you know, I've had my heart broken. I had situations going on in my life where I'm going to have to form a bond with someone to learn to trust them. Because that's how you form trust, is forming bonds with people. Okay. I'm also hearing bonds and share. James Bond. James. Or Timothy Dalton. Timothy. Tim, true. Some of you might be from London, which would be Dick Van Dyke and Mary. Oh, hello, Mary. Chim, chiroo. Like a chimney sweep. So I'm picking up like London area. Chim, chimity, chin, choo. Something to do with someone's chin, like their chin. Billy Goat's Gruff, or Bill, the name Billy, or Bill's, that's my middle name. But like Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. Something to do with Bill. You right, Bill? That's what my mates call me, to be honest. What else is going on here that I can pick up for you immediately here? You see, like I said, this magician in reverse, it's kind of compromised by this Three of Swords. Because I feel compromised. Because a lot of you here, you might not be relating it as a Taurus, you might be relating it as Sagittarian or Life Path 5, okay? And that you have this underlining doubt but hopeful energy of reconciliation, but unsure of whether the person is actually with someone else or not, and physically unable to unstick yourself from the knot, which is Pisces. Okay, the resurrection of life. Okay, so, you know, people always say, obviously, the resurrection is like Pisces because of 3, right? So it's needing purpose is what I feel for a lot of you. And if it isn't, it's the other person. But I need a pursuit of happiness, and I need to start thinking about my happiness overall and my pursuit of purpose. What can I have and get going in my life that is going to provide me a purpose of focus away from the energy of grief and also possible third-party energy? Because sometimes when you don't have any action, I mean, if you guys have been blocked or you've blocked someone, then unfortunately I can't tell the other person to unblock you, okay? But like, or call you. You have to call them, okay? But sometimes people in life, they get these metaphysical connections and they just sit with the energy, but they don't do anything about it. They don't communicate, they don't speak, they don't talk, they don't do anything. They just sit, biding their time, waiting to see what happens by, we'll just let the universe take its course, which might be a possible scenario of why the magician is in reverse and you just manifest thoughts that affect your feelings, that all they do is this. All of my thoughts are connected to my feelings that are now hurting me, that I know that I'm actually not really doing anything about the feeling and the love that I have for another. Okay, because you can't control another's destiny. You can only really try to take control of your own life, your own destiny. Some of you, this is like something to do with your mother or your grandmother. 6 is always a mother or a grandmother to me because it means the lovers, Capricorn and Gemini. So it can mean work and money, but it can also mean like a grandmother or a mother energy. And that I need to look after someone here. I need to look after someone. Like I care for elderly residents or an elderly mother. And I'm also hearing for a lot of you, am I going to come in between that if I was to come over or move in? Am I going to come in between that energy? Because some of you, it might not be love relationship. And I don't want to come in between you. Someone's worried about whether the other person is in a relationship or not. And what they think of is, if I was to reach out, am I going to be coming in between their relationship? And if I was to do that, am I going to break this couple up if I was to say something? Some of you. And some of you, it's a new person, but you may not have moved on from the ex yet. Which means your karmic energy of your first experience that was metaphysical of twin flame is still in your energy of wanting to move on, but unsure whether I can or not because I may not have had the full amount of closure and that I'm not over it yet. Which can mean like grief and that I'm not over it yet. Because you never get over any of your experiences. They're always in your mind. You're always on my mind. We're caught in a trap. I can't hold back because I love you too much, baby. Okay. So I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. Or Darren. The name Danielle. Danny. Danny Glover. Gloves. Something to do with cloves. Clover. Cloves. Clothes or cloves. Something to do with drinking cloves. Cloverfield. Well, that's a film, right? Cloverfield. Well, that was London when they took the... Was it London or New York? When that fucking head come bouncing down the road. Cloverfield. Was it Cloverfield? Grove. The Grove. Ash Grove. Ashley. The Grove. Biker Grove. Someone from Manchester. Was it Manchester Biker Grove? A Biker Grove. Anthony, Anthea, Ansfield, Declan, Derek, Dave, Raven's Court. Something to do with old people's homes of Raven's Court or Raven, or rave music, ecstasy and drug energy. This can be pharmaceutical drug. This can be a lot of like, this came up in another reading. It was in Capricorn. It was actually in Capricorn. And it was experimental energy of pharmaceuticals, like the Book of Mims, okay, needing to find the right diagnosis for an illness that I may have. But it can also be self-medicating, so it can be drugs, you know, it could be dealing and stuff like that, right? But it can be like a self-medication. So it can be like paranoia, schizophrenia, fucking antidepressants, and that I might need to go back or look at my antidepressants because they may not be working because of grief, because of third-party energies. But that's more spiritual. That's not where really Ray Owls. I keep hearing Ralph, the name Ralph also. Ralph, Richard and Ralph. Yeah, that was a suicide watch. That was in Capricorn energy here. That name and that situation came up around pharmaceutical placebos. Placebo. Basically taking something that may not be working, like, because if this is drugs and this is weed and alcohol, then this is something that's not suiting your purpose. It's not actually helping, it's actually making it worse. Okay, but it can be like where some people are self-medicating, okay, and they're addicted to a substance of self-medication, which means I'm on a path of self-destruction. I just to Libra, you do it to yourself, Tom York. You do it to yourself, that's justice, because of self-medicating an energy that may not be working. And it might not mean the fact that it's depression. It might mean the fact that what it is a spiritual connection. Spiritual connections are very depressive when they're karmic energies, because that can lead to panic attacks, anxiety, fear, panic, worry, depression. Okay, because you're spending loads of energy and loads of time trying to masculinize your energy. Okay, but when people drink or do drugs and things like that on top of spiritual divine connections, that does not help a person be the real person for the real person. What you get is real to real. Phew, Pisces, right? You get the energy of this. Is it real or is it not real? Is it fake? Is it fucking bullshit? Like, is it, what is it? Are you turning up the way you are? Because a person only loves you for who you really are. They have to love you for who you are, because if you turn up and love fake, then people soon realise who you really are, because they love you for what you are, okay, not who you are. The person that you are is the person that you meet in the end that you're with, okay, because that matches your auras and your chakras and your eaters everywhere. Okay, everything about you matches really well. Okay, so then when you get that, you get an evolution scale of energies of past, which means I am now connected to a person that loves another, because they're pulling me away from my past. But if you're focusing on reconciliation constantly all the time, then you're not really trying to get away from your past. You're trying to go towards your past, but with no action, with just being stuck. You know, and that is a spiritual experience. That's what your awakening is. That's how that feels, right? That's how that feels. I equivocatively cannot work anything else out for you at the moment, Taurus. Sagittarius or Taurus. Life Path 5. But we're doing Taurus for argument's sake. If you want to go over to the other side and you want to see what happens, I'm going to do you another card and then a full spread and then clarify them to tell you generally what it is that you could have coming up, all told, in your life during that month. That's the first tier and also the full access bundle. First tier is very cheap. You get your monthlies. If you're on the full access bundle, you get your monthlies and the weeklies and the you versus them and the thoughts and the feelings and the possibilities of whatever that can mean at the time, okay, during those weekly short energies. But that's up to you. That helps me support the channel. Any like, share, comment, subscription. If you hit the dislike, make sure you hit it twice really hard down. Yeah, thanks very much, Taurus. I really appreciate it. The link is provided below. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.